Wonderful. All right. So, title of today's discussion is "I am not a. I am. I am is not a state. It is what remains when you stop trying." Open the link in the browser. You should be able to. You should be able to get in there. Just open the link in the browser. Okay. So, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be going back to the basics. We're gonna be talking about "I am" a lot, right? What I found is the conversations when you are very focused emotionally on something, like whether it's a specific person, whether it's money, whether it's health, whatever the case may be, when you make that thing the primary focus, there's a lot of suffering that goes on, right? When we don't come back to that core truth of "I am," we can have a lot of suffering, right? We'll make this entire journey about this person, about this thing out there, about something that we're trying to obtain, when really the deeper truth is that all of it is within you, right? So when we make things an outside in approach, we suffer. We get tired. We say it's exhausting, right? When you put that musty SP, on this pedestal. Okay. So I'm going to take a back seat to talking about especially specific people, at least for a while, probably a couple weeks. We're going to be talking about "I am." We're going to go back to the foundational beliefs, because I don't want this to turn into just manifesting speeches, because I go through the comments, I read the comments, I see the common themes. I go through the Discord questions, I see the common themes. And without the foundation, you're just lost. That's my perspective, but my channel as well. So we'll go with that. All right, so this is going to be a foundational video. If you join the Discord from this point forward, there's going to be a link that says "watch this before you ask a fucking question about a specific person." All right, so here we go. "I am is not a state. It is what remains when you stop trying." It is what remains when you stop trying. We'll often hear people say, okay, I have to just go back to the "I am" state, right? I have to return to my "I am," right? Remember, this is not a state. This is just the foundational truth of who you are. This is the foundational truth of who you are. So for the next couple of weeks, we're going to be hammering this home. We're going to have discussions in the Discord weekly about this. Most of my live streams are going to be like this. We are going to get back to the "I am," because I'm telling you, right? When this clicks in your mind, everything else simply adds itself to you as a byproduct of you remembering who you are. But when you're making it about something out there, you're still looking at it from the sense of separation. I think someone even commented, they were like, well, when I remember my truth that this person is with me, I look, that's a truth, but that's not the truth. That's not your truth. That's not your truth. Your truth is you are everything. That is a selection within that truth. That is just what you're choosing from that truth to experience. But the truth is "I am." All right? The truth is "I am." Here we go. So most people were taught to treat "I am" like a destination, a state to enter, a frequency to maintain, a place you fall into on good days and fall out of on bad ones. And that single misunderstanding has created more spiritual anxiety than any doubt ever could, right? We go from certain manifestation practices of maintaining our emotions, maintaining our thoughts, and now we come into this space and we think, oh no, I have to maintain the "I am" state. But "I am" isn't a state. It's just the truth of who you are, right? So let's get into this, right? Let's get into this. Exodus 3:14, "I am that I am." Doesn't matter what you chose in the past. What are you choosing right now? Are you choosing to still tell the story about the debts and the bankruptcy and use that as some kind of rallying cry to get sympathy? Or are you going to decide who you are right now moving forward? Choice is yours. Okay, so this highlights another important point right here, right? We can either sit and use our story of lack and story of the past to be an excuse to complain. Anybody can do that. A child can do that. Or you can decide who you are right now. And so with this core truth, With this core truth, now you'll be able to choose who you are right now. It doesn't matter what happened for the last 5 seconds, 5 days, 5 years, 50 years. Who are you right now moving forward? Who do you choose to be right now moving forward? But until you have the understanding that you're everything, you're going to constantly be like, well, but this, but I didn't choose that. But what about this? But my SP did this. And you're constantly looking out there when it's not about out there. Out there is what it is. But who are you? Okay? Who are you? Okay? We are exiting the LAC Olympics. We're leaving the LAC Olympics behind. We're leaving the LAC Olympics in January. So here we go. Exodus 3:14. I am that I am. Remember, what is this? What is this? I am that I am. Okay. So God called Moses to the burning bush, and Moses said, who should I say sent me? And God responded, I am that I am. What does that mean? I am that I am. Now we're going to break this down in multiple ways. I'm going to give you 3 distinct ways on how to break this down. This is foundational core understanding of I am. Right? So I am is not a mood you enter or a frequency you sustain. It is not elevated emotion. It's not elevated clarity. It's not elevated peace. It's not elevated confidence. It is the truth that remains whether those things are present or not. When God names himself I am, he's not describing a state of consciousness. He is declaring being itself. So I am that I am is a statement of being itself. Now let me pause right there, and we are going to break this down because that was a word salad. Okay, so what does I am that I am means? If I just tell you shit, I am, right? Matter of fact, if I ask you your name, you say, what's your name? You say, I am Alex. I'm Alex. Well, would you exist without your name? Of course you are. Of course you would. So you're simply existence in itself. I am. It's a declaration of I just exist. I am. I am here. All right. In some translations, I am can translate to the feminine and the masculine. Right? The mother, the father. So think of it like this. I am the mother and the father, or I exist. It's just all that there is. Everything. I am awareness. Now, when we add that I am to the end. So I exist. And then that is what, right? I exist as whatever I say that I am. Right? So the I am that I am is just, you are all things. But within this physical human vessel, you get to choose what the that means in this moment. So the I am that I am is basically saying I'm whatever you say I am right now. Let me break this down in a different way. I've told this story, but I want this one on this recording. So I'm going to do it in a little bit more depth with a little bit more intentionality. So in the beginning, God creates everything. God creates everything. All paths, all realities, everything is created. So right now you're looking at reality. Okay? But imagine that just this still image that you see, there are infinite other versions of this moment. In every other moment that you experience, there are infinite other versions of this moment. And each of these moments are simply still frames, still images. If you've ever seen a movie, which I trust most of you have, if you are watching this as a video, it looks like the screen is in motion, right? It looks like my hand is just moving in motion. What typical songs are shot in, what typical scenes are shot in is what we call 24 frames per second. A frame is a picture. It's a moment. It's a still image. But every second, 24 of these pictures flash by the screen, and they flash so fast that it gives you the illusion of movement. Okay? You think that you just watched me go from here to here, but what you actually watched over the course of 1 second was 24 pictures giving you the illusion of movement. Are you following me? You're watching 24 pictures give you the illusion of time. Are you following me? So this is what reality is. There are infinite still images. All paths exist. Infinite of them. And so me going from this moment to 10 seconds from now, I am going through moments, still images, so quickly that my mind is processing them as time. Time is unfolding from within me. So rewind. All still images, all paths, all realities are created. Every single one. Nothing is left out. And so then there is a verse in scriptures, Genesis 1:31, says God looked at it, saw what he created. I'm paraphrasing, but the last part was, and said that it was very good. When we translate that to the Hebrew, very good means tav mi'ad. And what it actually means is whole, complete, harmonious, infinite. All paths exist. So now you have this moment of time where the creator, and that's a concession, right? Me saying the creator is a concession. God is being itself. God is the fabric of reality. So all paths exist. And then creation looks upon itself and says, it's done. It's very good. It's harmonious. This is perfect. But now you have the first desire of the infinite, and it's to experience itself within itself. So what happens is this beautiful vessel is created. This vessel has to be divinely designed. It has to be divinely designed. And its specific task is to carry the fullness of all that there is within it. So this vessel has to be able to hold everything. So once this vessel is created, all that there is, every path, every reality, everything that God looked at and said, this is very good, is now placed in this vessel. And when it's placed in this vessel does what? It cracks under the pressure. Now, it's perceived as pressure, right? Pressure would seemingly crack it, but what actually happens is this. For me to experience myself, for source to experience itself through this one vessel, what has to happen? There has to be an illusion of separateness, right? Because what good would it be if it was just me? If it was just me physically, right? How would I experience, that beautiful goddess, that car, whatever the case may be? How would I experience myself, the different aspects of myself, without the illusion of separation? So what actually happens is this vessel, right? It cracks. And just like a mirror, when you see a bunch of cracks in a mirror, right? You might look at it from different angles and you see all these different reflections of yourself. You look at it from this side, you got a long stretched out Alex. From this way, you got a short squat Alex. From this way, you got an Alex is kind of similar, but he just off a little bit, right? This Alex looks holier than this one, right? So now you have all of these different perceptions of the vessel. It's still one vessel, but now there's an illusion of 8 billion or whatever planet you want to think this vessel originated on. Now, if all that there is placed within me, I still know that I'm all that there is. The illusion isn't, I just know that I'm all that there is. The illusion isn't convincing. It's not convincing. I know that that's me. I know that that's me. Boring. So now what's placed in this vessel is what we call an ego. And the ego is the final illusion. What the ego does is it locks in everything. It puts the veil of separation over you and you forget. This vessel forgets. And now it looks out and it sees all these different perspectives of itself, all these different perspectives of God, and it sees them as separate. And it completely forgets that all that there is in it, that every single moment is within it. But this is the game. So now this beautiful vessel gets to go through and experience itself. It's within the canvas of itself. It's within the canvas of itself, right? Painting the story of itself as itself. Beautiful. Now, because the ego forgets that it's all that there is, it wants to give you an identity. A Course in Miracles says the ego begins to play the role of God. It uses memory to play the role of God. What does that mean? It tries to solidify your identity based on what you've been through, what you see out there, what's going on in your life, what people tell you. When all of these things are just within your awareness, they're just you. But now the ego's trying to create this story. But when we forget who we are, when we're still walking in the dream, when we're still sleeping, we take what the ego is saying as truth, right? But it's not the truth. That is the illusion. The body is the illusion. The ego is the illusion. The situation is the illusion. The other people out there are the illusion. The only thing that is the truth is what? You, as all that there is. The only thing that is the truth is that you are infinity. It's that within you, I am that I am. Within you, I just am. I am whatever I say that I am right now. All things exist right now within you. So that is the only truth. The only truth. So now, if that is the only truth, it's not something that you return to in a sense of a feeling or a thought or an emotion. It's just the truth. Okay? It's just the truth. Here we go, right? Stay with me. So let's get back into it, okay? So I am that I am. I am is not a mood you enter or a frequency you sustain. Hear what I just said. We did that long ass story time to just tell you a truth about you, that everything already exists within you. And then we're saying, how can I know this? You do know it. You just heard it. You do know it already. Within you is all that there is. Within you is all that there is. So I am. I just am. I exist. I'm aware. I am here. All things exist. I am is not a mood you enter or a frequency you sustain. It's not elevated emotion. It's not elevated clarity, elevated peace, elevated confidence. It is just the truth that remains whether those things are present or not. When God names himself I am, he's not describing a state of consciousness. He is declaring being itself. So I am is a statement of being itself. No conditions. There's no conditions to you being all that there is. No qualifiers, no performance required. You don't have to feel better for it, affirm for it, do anything for it. It's just the truth. It's being itself. Your being is the proof that you are all that there is. I am does not wait for your nervous system to calm or your thoughts to line up. It's not validated by how spiritual you feel. Truth does not fluctuate with sensation. Truth does not move. The meter for truth does not depend on how you feel. It simply is. To treat I am as something you feel is to reduce existence to chemistry and call it God. Let me say that again. To treat I am as something you feel is to reduce existence, all that there is, to chemistry and call it God. I am is not a feeling. I am is all that there is. Meaning, if it's all that there is, you can't just say I am in the I am because I feel good. I am is all that there is. Do you feel me? I trust you do. Okay? So I am is recognition. This is a recognition, not regulation. It's remembrance, not maintenance. You don't access it by feeling better, thinking clearer, managing your inner world more skillfully. You recognize it by noticing that feelings, thoughts, and states all appear within something that never changes. That something isn't emotional. That awareness, it's not emotional, it's not fragile, it doesn't come and go. Even confusion is known by I am. Even numbness is witnessed by I am. When you stop asking whether you're in it, you see what's never left. I am is not what you experience, it's what remains when all experience passes. Everything is within I am. It's not a section of you that feels happy, a section of you that feels regulated, a section of you that, no, it just is, right? So we got to get back to the basics. Right? So it's not I am when aligned. It's not I am after practice. It's not I am if the mind is quiet. It is just I am. It's just I am. Okay, here we go. The anxiety of states. Let's talk about the anxiety of states. When I am is treated as a state, awareness becomes labor. You start monitoring yourself, checking if you're in it. Checking if you're in it. Correcting thoughts, fixing feelings, watching the world for confirmation that you're doing it right. I just felt so good and I was in the right state. No, you were just emotionally elevated because the external reality was making you feel good. That has nothing to do with the truth of who you are. That was just you experiencing humanity. But what remains even after you feel good and that comes and goes is the truth that you are, you exist. So watching the world for confirmation that you're doing it right, that's not awareness, that's surveillance. That is surveillance. And surveillance always assumes authority exists somewhere else. As long as you're looking out there for proof, you're always assuming that authority is outside of you. As long as you're looking for proof, you're always assuming authority is outside of you. All right? This is why people who say things like, I need to get back into the I am. I lost my I am awareness today. I feel out of alignment. Listen to those statements. I need to get back into the I am. I feel out of alignment. What do those things hint at? Right? Who fell out of what? Who fell out of what? And who was there to notice? Alex? I know some of y'all are like, scratching y'all's heads right now. The point is you can't fall out of yourself. That's the point. You can't fall out of yourself. Right? Some of y'all get real confused easily. All right. If you were aware that you left, you never left. Why? Because you're aware of it. If you are aware that you left, the truth is that you are the one who's aware, not the one who left. Do you feel me? You're the one who is aware. So if you are aware that you left, you never left because you're aware of it. Got you. I trust that you understand what I'm saying. So Psalm 139:8. Psalm 139:8. It says, if I make my bed in Sheol, you are there. Now let's talk about Sheol, right? This represents like the underworld. In scripture, we talk about the underworld. We talk about Sheol, Sheol. Right? It represents the underworld. So think about what this statement is saying. If I make my bed in hell, you're there. Now we know hell is not like a true place that you get exiled to with a man with a pointy stick poking you in the ass all day. Some of you are like, oh, that sounds good. Right? We're talking about the negative circumstances, the negative emotions, the negative thoughts. Sheol, right? The underworld, right? So Sheol is not just a mythic underworld. It is the symbol of inner darkness. So when we talk about that, we're talking about the symbol of inner darkness, confusion, shame, numbness, collapse, the places we label as failure or regression. The psalm, right? So in this psalm, they're not talking from a place of transcendence, meaning they're not speaking think about this, okay? David wrote the Psalms, right? If I make my bed in Sheol, you are there. If I make my bed in hell, you're there. He's not speaking as somebody who says they have completely overcome negative circumstances and negative feelings. Read between the fucking lines. He's not saying that I've transcended feeling bad. I've transcended my humanity. He's talking straight from the mouth of the beast, right? He's speaking from honesty. When I make my bed in hell, you're there. Even here, even in the depths, even when nothing feels holy or aligned, you're there. Presence, awareness does not withdraw when experience darkens. God is not a reward for clarity. God is not a reward for clarity. God is not a reward for clarity. The truth of being does not abandon you because your mind spirals or your emotions ache. The truth of being does not abandon you because your mind spirals or your emotions ache. If God is present in Sheol, in hell, in the underworld, then no, this is what it's saying. This is the deeper message. If God is present there, then no inner state has the authority to banish truth. The truth is I am. No inner state that you go through can banish it. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no fucking evil. They took out the fucking in the quote. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of hell, right, I shall fear no evil. There is no state that banishes the truth that I am still everything that I fucking say that I am, no matter what. This is why awareness is not a state to protect. If I am is present, even in Sheol, even in hell, then feeling lost does not mean you are lost. Feeling out of alignment does not mean you're out of alignment. Feeling sad doesn't mean I am sad. Feeling happy doesn't mean I am happy. I just am. I am all things. I am infinity, right? Feeling disconnected does not mean you are disconnected. The belief that you have fallen out of truth is itself the illusion being exposed here. That is what this is saying, right? The illusion that you could fall out of truth, that is the illusion being exposed. That is the illusion being exposed, right? You don't climb back to God from darkness. You discover that darkness never removed him. The one who notices despair is already beyond it. The one who notices despair is already beyond it. I don't have to fight off the despair or the sadness. I simply have to notice it. The moment I notice, I'm already beyond it. Recognize who you are, right? The one who names the pit is not inside it, right? So there is nowhere that you can be, inwardly or outwardly, where I am is not already what remains. There's nothing that you can do, nothing that you can say, nowhere that you can go to get away from the God that you are. There's nothing that you can do or say to get closer or further from God. Okay? That is the illusion. That is the illusion. There is nowhere you go where I am is not already present, because you don't visit I am, you are it. Beautiful. Next section. What is the difference between remembering the truth and managing the experience? I constantly talk about an outside-in approach versus an inside-out approach. What is an outside-in approach? This is my perspective. An outside-in approach typically leads to resistance. It's saying, they love me, they love me, they love me, they treat me right, they treat me right. I'm going immediately to them, and then I'm looking back at me. They treat me right. What is the inside-out approach? I am love, therefore, of course, they fucking love me. I am love, therefore, of course, that's inside out. I am the truth first, then I move outwardly, right? Even though there is no external, it's all me. Do you hear me? So there's a vast difference between remembering truth and managing experience. Remembering truth is effortless. Managing experience is exhausting. So the moment that someone says, I'm just tired of doing this, I immediately want to know, okay, have you accepted that you're source? Okay, cool. Now, what is manifesting to you? Okay, cool. Now tell me the story about this person. So if they immediately go to, well, I know that they are in a relationship with me and they love me and I'm in a relationship with them. I mean, that's cool. But do you know that you're loved? So if you know that you're loved, of course they're in a relationship with you. The exhausting part is trying to paint a picture, paint something over what you see out there. It feels like effort. Instead, we just tell the truth based on who we are as I am that I am. So I go to the core. I am all things, therefore, of course, I'm love. And if they're within me, because everything is within me, then of course they're with me. I am prosperity because I am all things. So if I'm prosperity, of course the money is here. I don't have to see it yet. I just know it's here because it is me. Cool. So remembering truth is effortless. Managing experience is always typically exhausting, right? So remembering says, what does remembering say? This thought is appearing. This thought is appearing. Managing says, I shouldn't be thinking this. According to who? Who says you shouldn't be thinking it? Okay. Remember, it says this thought is appearing. Right? Okay, I'm thinking this. It's not the truth of who I am, though. Managing says I shouldn't be thinking this shit. If I was God, I shouldn't be feeling this way. Remembering says this emotion is arising. Okay, I feel sad. This emotion is within my awareness, right? Managing says I need to fix this to stay aligned. I've got to fix this to stay aligned. If I was God, I shouldn't feel like this. Difficult. Managing is exhausting, right? Remembering says life is moving. Life is flowing. Every moment is just another still image within God. It's another still image within awareness, and it's constantly flowing. Life is just moving. Whatever I see, life is just moving. Managing the circumstance or the appearance says, what does this mean about me? I just keep getting this hot and cold behavior. What does this mean about me? It means absolutely fucking nothing. Unless you want to continue to cling to it and then try to figure out what it means. But even in that case, just by doing that, you're identifying with it. You're saying this must be who I am, and until I fix it, I can't get anything better. Why? It's just life moving. But I know who I am. This situation doesn't change who I am. The bank account doesn't change who I am. It's just a bank account in this moment, but I am prosperity. So everything will meet me as prosperity. All I have to do is keep being. Okay? So a lot of the conversations that we've had, typically, I've pointed out kind of commonalities within mysticism. So I want you to really think, a lot of when we talk about mystics and we go to these quotes, they weren't very interested in kind of managing the inner weather. They weren't really interested in trying to figure out why they were sad and why the situation happened and all. That we leave that for the therapist. We're not really that's not my first. We'll make it our life goal or our first primary goal to figure out what the feeling means. But the mystics, what was their first primary goal? To remember and know that they were source. And then everything else downstream worked out itself, right? Okay, you're feeling sad. I can either try to figure out why I'm sad, which in some cases can be helpful, but it's much easier to manage that when what? I know that I am source, therefore I still am everything I desire to be. I'm just feeling sadness right now. Becomes much easier to manage. Cool. So here's Meister Eckhart quote, the eye with which I see God is the same eye with which God sees me. Remember, the eye doesn't fluctuate. It doesn't enter or exit. It doesn't need maintenance. It just is. It just remains. All right, let's go a little bit further. Let me see which parts I want to do. So I want to make sure I have the essential parts in here. This one, the illusion of devotion through effort. The illusion of devotion through effort. Effort is often disguised as devotion. People believe struggling equals sincerity. That tension equals faithfulness. That constant inner work proves reverence. Right? I've just been doing it. I want this so bad. I don't understand why I don't have it. I've been doing this, and I've been doing everything. I don't understand why I don't have it. The last time I checked, just because you once wanted somebody so bad doesn't give you the right to having them. But Alice, I thought you said I could have anybody. You can. But I'm just making the point that just because you are constantly in somebody's DMs, does that mean that eventually they must respond and you must get them? Because you've put in work and you want them bad? No, that's never been a measure for anything, right? Everything is yours by right of consciousness, not by right of work. You already are everything. When you accept that, then you can have what you want. But how many times you DM somebody or message somebody, or how bad you want something, or how little you desire it, none of that actually moves the needle in terms of receiving it. The only thing that moves the needle is your acceptance of that within you as a truth, as something that you choose to experience within the truth of who you are. All right, doership. So effort does not honor I am. Effort implies resistance to what already is. You're already it. So the effort of trying to be something that you already are implies that you're not it. You're creating your own resistance and wondering why it's exhausting. You don't have to try. I don't have to try to be Alex. Just them. Just damn it. I don't have to try to force my name to be Alex. It just is what it is. The same way I don't have to try to be prosperity. I just am. I don't have to try to be love. I just am. The trying to be it is the implication that I'm not it. Right? So Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. The foundational quotes. All right. So the first foundational was I am that I am. And now we're going to the second foundational quote that I'll always go to, which is be still and know that I am God. Stillness here. What does stillness mean? What is stillness? It's not a technique. So if you're thinking that we're talking about techniques, think a little bit harder. Wrap your mind around what we're talking about. All right? Stillness isn't a technique. It's not an emotional calm. Right? It's not a technique. It's not an emotional calm. Right? So the psalm doesn't say regulate your thoughts, relax your body, achieve peace. It just says be still. Be still. Stillness is when we stop interfering. It is the end of the inner negotiation. It is when we stop trying to manage reality so that God can be known. Knowing God is not a feeling state that arrives after quieting the mind. It is the recognition. So I want to be very precise in that word right there. So the be still and know, right? The be still. Being still, it's the recognition of what remains when effort stops. It's the silence between words. It's just the truth of who you are. It's the recognition that without doing anything, you are everything. It's the recognition. Be still. Recognize that you're everything. All right? So it's the recognition of what remains when effort stops. So you are not still so that you can know. You know because you stop moving away from what already is. So basically it's saying, right, stop trying to be something and just remember that you are it. And now move from that place. It's not telling you to meditate harder. It's not telling you to become a monk and sit on a mountain. It's not telling you to not do anything. I think one of the things the other day was, and I've gotten a lot more in my life by doing than not doing. Nobody's telling you to not go out there and work. We're saying do it from the place of remembering or recognizing who you are. All right? You still like working, right? I still like to work. I still like to study and do all those things. But when I recognize who I am and then I do the work, cool. Or you recognize who you are, you don't want to do the work, that's cool too. Boom. So this is why stillness cannot be practiced as control. The one trying to become still is the very movement being invited to rest. It's just saying, recognize that wherever you are, whatever you're doing right now, you're perfect. The one trying to become still is the very movement being invited to rest. When striving ceases, awareness is obvious, untouched by noise, untouched by silence. God's not revealed by absence of thought. God is revealed by the presence that notices thought. Even agitation arises within stillness. Even your anxiety arises within stillness. Even fear appears within what does not fear, within what does not tremble. All right? So God is not found in stillness. God is what makes stillness possible. So you just are recognizing that truth. I am is a recognition, right? It's the truth of who you are. And we simply have to recognize that. Oh, shit, I am that I am. That's it. It's a recognition. It's a recognition. Stillness is not something you achieve. It is what is revealed when you stop interfering. The mind wants to do something with truth, but truth doesn't respond to effort. It reveals itself when effort collapses. That is why the Tao, right? The Tao. It says the Tao does nothing, yet nothing is left undone. The Tao does nothing, but nothing is left undone, right? Because nothing is being forced. And when nothing is being forced, everything is as it rightfully is, right? If you look at the seasons, if you look at nature, right? Nature just does what? It just flows. Just flows through the seasons. Sometimes you have a random day of summer within the fall, a random day of winter within the spring, right? But it just flows. It does what it has to do. All right. Sometimes it's very difficult to predict, but when you just allow it to do what it does, everything works out perfectly. This is the flow of your life. You might look out there and certain things look good or bad. Who are you to judge? It's just life flowing. Simply recognize that it is what it is, but I am that I am. Choose from that remembrance what you desire and allow that to flow into your life unobstructed by you judging everything as wrong and getting in the way of yourself. Beautiful. So the violence, the next section is going to be the violence of returning. Right? The violence of returning. So the phrase return to I am sounds harmless. This is a term that even I use, right? But I just want to call out this as, of course, this is a call out to myself as much as anybody, right? So the phrase return to I am, it sounds harmless, right? But this is how it can be implied when you're not fully understanding, right? This is how it can be implied because it sounds poetic. It suggests that you abandoned yourself, that something else temporarily outranked what you are. What else is there? What else is there but I am? Right? That a thought, feeling, or circumstance had enough authority to exile you. Here is what, okay, so this is what we need to hear, right? This phrase. If you think you left I am, you're already assuming something else had authority. What could it possibly be? Well, when you really think about it, you realize nothing. Because everything is within I am. All right? If you think you left I am, you're already assuming something else had authority. Right? Authority over what? Right? Authority over existence itself. So here's the third and final quote before we get into the end of this. And it's in Matthew 6:27. It says, and who can add a single hour to his life by worrying? Ain't that the truth? If that ain't the truth, who can add a single hour to his life by worrying? You being anxious ain't adding no time to your goddamn life. You still only have right now, right? So this question isn't about time management. It's about authority. Worry assumes that anxiety participates in creation, that tension improves outcomes, that vigilance grants control, that watching reality, the closer that I watch it, the better it's going to act, right? So this is a quote from Jesus, by the way, that Matthew 6:27, who can add a single hour to his life by worrying. So Jesus here is exposing the absurdity of that belief. If worry had power, it would produce even the smallest measurable results, but it does not. It cannot add time, substance, or life. It only creates the illusion of responsibility. The feeling that if you stay tense long enough, reality will listen. Worry is effort pretending to be wisdom. That's all it is. Worry is effort pretending to be wisdom. So if worry adds nothing, then most mental activity is absolutely unnecessary. Not harmful in some kind of moral sense, right? Where it's evil to think, right? But irrelevant. Most mental activity, most thoughts, they're just absolutely irrelevant when it comes to adding anything to your life. Life is not negotiated into existence through fear, it unfolds from what already is. You're not sustaining yourself, improving anything by worrying. You are witnessing right now from where you are, based on what you've accepted as the truth. You are simply witnessing life sustain itself in spite of your worry. In spite of your worry, life is continuing to sustain itself. So nothing essential depends on your anxiety. Being does not need your concern to continue being. Beautiful. You don't lose being because the nervous system flares. You don't exit truth because the mind spirals. You don't stop being what you are because experience gets loud. I am does not come and go. Only attention does. Here's the thing. When we take our attention away from something for long enough, even if it has not left us, it can feel like it's gone. Let that sit for a second. When we take our attention away from something for long enough, even if it has not went anywhere, it can feel like it's gone. Right? So I am does not come and go. Only attention does. Can you make the center of your life the remembrance that you are source, the remembrance that you are all that there is? Right? I am awareness is not a state that you hold. It is the absence of the belief that something else needs to be held. I am that I am no matter what. Short and sweet. 46 minutes and 52 seconds. All right. Y'all know I can talk, so that's a good one today. All right. So I wanted to do this. So for the next few discussions, we're gonna get back to the basics, to the I am, right? I'm not gonna really touch too much direct and manifesting stuff. We're gonna talk about the I am. We're gonna talk about the foundation, getting y'all back to y'all's truth. Because I'm tired of seeing y'all suffering, making these people and these external things your God when there is only one God. I'm tired of y'all creating these false idols and then suffering for it. Right? So we are going to really hammer in I am for at least a couple weeks. Right? I need some of y'all to lose that 3D addict badge within the Discord. Did I read books on day trading? No, I haven't read anything. Oh no, I read Trading in the Zone, but it didn't really help me. What helped me was losing enough money to say, fuck, I can't do this shit anymore. That's what helped me. Let me actually treat this like a professional. Is this the boot camp? Something like that. It would be like a boot camp. Hey, I appreciate you. Is it Ringorn? For sure. I appreciate you. We're all in this journey together. You don't want to miss getting schooled. No, I studied. I thought you said, did I read any books? Yeah, I studied. I trade ICT concepts. I took some of his concepts, found what works for me, made a strategy out of it, and I trade that one strategy. I take a few trades a week. But yeah, I study. Hell yeah, I study the market. When I tell you I studied, I mean I locked in. Like I was studying like 24 hours a day. It felt like it. If I wasn't sleeping, I was in the market for about 6 months. I basically forced myself to be profitable. All of it. Primarily technical though. but I do have hella confluence that are based on market events, news, economic things, but even time periods. Right? I know specifically what times I want to see the market do certain things as well. So I have lots of, not lots, but I have confluence that makes sense to me that I look for. I posted one of my trades in the Discord the other day, the after and what I was looking for. Yeah, I feel like you have to build your own strategy. You you tinker with things. You have your own sense of pattern recognition that you're gonna lean on in the market, and you're gonna be able to see things differently than anybody else because you are like nobody else. So yeah, you want to find something that works for you. My trade works for me, right? I it works for me. I found that focusing on my entries became very crucial for me because I like big chunks of okay. I prefer to be able to lose multiple times and wipe all my losses out with one win. Therefore, I'm more like if I don't get good entries, I'll completely bypass a trade. And I'll be fine with it because I know if I get the way that I trade, if I can find a trade every 1.5 weeks, that'd be perfectly fine. Even less than that. The one trade that I took last week, right? That was enough for the month for me. So anything else is just gravy on top, right? So it's all about what works for you. Yeah. Uh, what other questions y'all have? Let's do Q&A for a little bit. I should bring somebody up. Maybe. Thanks, sir. That was kind of wild. That was kind of wild to hear from you, but I understand what you're saying. Okay, if you just want to share and not have any questions, cool. I'm open with that. I'm open with that. Uh, I've been having so many damn like little small things just showing me that I'm got. So when I make the missions, I also do them with y'all. I'm sure that y'all have been noticing, or at least the ones of y'all that have been locked in. 'Cause I know some of y'all are like, fuck the mission, I just want my SP. But I know a lot of y'all, when you guys are doing it, you can walk through life and you can start seeing God just kind of wink at you and smile at you and all these different things are. What's up, Abby? How you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Nothing much, man. How you been?
Good, amazing. Being
Golden.
my divine self. I actually just got out the gym and then just took a shower and then I just did my skincare right now.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. We love a good Friday night skincare routine, you know?
I know, right?
You turning up tonight?
to dinner with my cousin. I'll probably have like a drink or two.
Gotcha. It is Dallas.
Right?
Oh shit! I didn't mean to put your business out like that. I don't know. My bad.
Yeah, you're good.
My bad. But cool, man. You wanted to share? You got a story?
Yes.
All right, cool.
I just want to share that I'm like, oh my God, like, you know how people say that when it clicks, it's not going to be some dramatic moment. It's not going to be when it quote unquote shows up, or quote unquote when you get what you want. It's literally when you realize that you just do have it already.
Mm-hmm.
And you're kind of just like, oh, like it really is that easy.
It is 100%. Keep going.
This whole week, I've been like, oh my God, like I've just been basking in it, and it just like I remember the last time we talked, I was in like this state of like constantly fighting my mind and trying to convince myself, and it's so funny because now when I get like a funky little thought, I don't even negotiate with it anymore. I don't argue with it. I'm just like, and what? I'm still source. Like I'm still what? Like I still have what I want, you know? Because
Exactly.
I'm the proof. I'm like the living, walking, talking proof.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm like everyone can get to this point. I think the hardest thing for me, because I already knew all the information, I already read the books, quote unquote, but I just never really accepted it.
So I want to ask you a question. So when you say not to argue with the mind or the thoughts, what do you mean? I know somebody ears probably perked up. Like, what does she mean? What does she mean by that?
Argue with my mind in the sense like, how do I explain it? I don't know. I don't leave any doubts for negotiation. Like,
Yeah.
it can be there, and I'm like, okay, you're there, but it doesn't mean anything.
Exactly. It doesn't mean shit.
It doesn't mean shit. It doesn't.
Absolutely.
And
Beautiful.
it's so freeing because then you're like, okay, well, I have my person, I have this, I have everything that I want, and truly, it's like it brings you back to your own peace, to, like they say, like journey back to self. That's what the whole point of it is. So I will be sharing my success story. I don't know exactly when, but I already know that it's done, so
Absolutely.
it's taken care of.
Absolutely. I can't wait to fucking hear it.
I know, right? And it's funny because I'm more in the state of like when I think about it in my mind, I'm like, okay, it's happening right now because I'm thinking about it right now. So I'm living in it right now.
Exactly.
And it's like you can be specific, you can imagine scenarios and stuff like that. But what I used to do is like I used to visualize and affirm to get it. And it's like now I'll visualize and affirm because I'm enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm basking in it, like.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Completely different state, right? Just to use your imagination or whatever the case may be. You don't even have to, right? Like you said, but to actually just use this present moment to enjoy having what you desire.
Yeah, like just accept the fact that you are a divine vessel to express God's works.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's really what we are. It's just you gotta accept it. That's
Absolutely.
the only thing you have to do, really.
That's it.
Once you accept it, everything else is easier. Like I said, you just don't argue with your mind anymore.
100%.
There's no negotiations.
100%.
And it's funny. It's funny too because we make it so complicated.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
No, and I was just thinking about like, okay, the recent movie in Avatar.
Mm-hmm.
Neytiri goes like, she's like, oh, I don't like humans, and she's talking shit about humans, and she's like, I hate the insanity in their minds, and I'm like, dude, that's so true because we literally can drive ourselves insane if we let ourselves.
100%. 100%.
So
It is
yeah,
literally just as easy as choosing, right? And people will say, "Hey, how do I choose? Right? How do I know that I've chosen?" And that's even a choice. For you to make a choice and then think that your choice isn't good enough, and then think that you have to make the choice again, and think that I have to figure out how to make the choice, all of those things are choices. You just choose to know that you've already made the choice. You choose to know that you make the choice right now, that this is who you are right now. It's it's simple. It's as simple as what you said. Not negotiating with yourself anymore. I'm no longer
no,
gonna, because even the story of I must not be doing it right is an ego story, and
hmm
something that might trigger some of y'all SP folks is even the whole, why can't I get it? It just seems like everybody else can get it and I can't. Even that is just this egoic story of victimhood, of trying to stand out from it. Anyways, I'm not gonna go down that path, but the point is, it's as simple as accepting.
yeah, I think that's the hurdle that a lot of people need to understand. It's people come into the journey to get the person, to get the money, to get whatever they want to get, but it's like the desire is planted in your mind to awaken you so you can remember who the fuck you really are and what your purpose really is in this world. And simply with just having the idea in your mind, and that's enough. You don't need to do anything else. You don't need to try to get it. Um, so people will talk about like the techniques and like do this and do that. The only quote unquote, quotation or whatever technique you need is to accept that you are the source of everything.
Hmm.
From there, everything else is easy. It's simple. And it's so funny because my mind, I kind of noticed where my mind was like, I was like, oh, that's funny. My mind was like, well, um, it's like, oh, well, what if this happens and what if that happens? And I just keep telling myself, it doesn't matter. I'm source. Like, we're okay,
Hmm.
you know?
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, it's really interesting. And then you're in this place of like, you're just not waiting for shit. You're not. You're not waiting for the person. You're not waiting for the money to show up. You're not. You're just like, I literally just can't go back to waiting for something to appear to validate me. It's like I can simply, by speaking it, that is the validation. And I
100%.
was talking to my mom last night, and I'm like, I was telling her, I was like, I'm so grateful that you're my mom because we talk about stuff like that. And she was telling me, she was like, I kind of slipped up for a moment, and she was telling me, she's like, no, she's like, don't speak that over yourself. She's like, you are rich, you are abundant. She's like, don't speak that over yourself. She's like, because your words are very powerful. And I'm like, girl, I'm like, you're my best friend. I was like, I love you. Like, I'm so happy I that she's my mom and I'm her daughter. Um, yeah, and I'm just like, even everything that I've been through, like everything that you go through, when you finally get to the point of acceptance, you don't care what you went through because all of that, all those versions got you to this version that you wanted to be, that you wanted to realize and wake up to. So like I'm like, yeah, like all those versions, like you just don't even care. You don't care anymore.
Yeah, you cooking. You're cooking right now.
Yeah,
You're cooking. You just sound so different now.
I know, right? I feel so different. It's like I know
Yeah.
And then my mind was like, oh well, you've said that you know this shit, how this shit works, and you still fell back asleep, and it's like, no. Like now it's like I don't know if dominate is the right word, because it's not, I don't want it to be like an aggressive way. I don't mean it like fighting or aggressive.
Girl, fuck it.
But
Say
you
it.
literally just, like, is that the right word, dominate?
Fuck it. It's your world. What is the right
Yeah.
word? You tell me.
Like, you literally dominate your mind. It's, yeah.
Exactly. Right. You just know who you are. You just
Yeah.
know who you are. It's a refuser. It's a choice not to go back. It's a choice not to go back.
Exactly.
Yeah. Authority. Beautiful word. It's authority.
So, yeah,
What a
and it's
what
so
a
funny because everyone's like, goddess, like, oh, she's that girl. And I'm like, see, this is the stuff that I've been telling myself. And it's like, I haven't been telling myself this to try and, like, I don't know, try and convince myself. It's just who I am.
yeah. I'm her. You're her. You feel me? Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I'm like, dang, like I wish for everyone to get to this point and allow themselves to be who they want to be. You just gotta allow it for yourself. Let yourself have it. Because that's one thing we talked about last time too. You were like, how often do you like accept good things for yourself? And like, it's like you don't let yourself have it. And I noticed that I would do that. And then now it's like, yeah, I'm literally just basking in it. And it feels so normal, like it feels neutral. The idea of it will come into my mind, and it's like, I get happy, but I don't get like this excited nervousness that, like, like nervousness in the sense that, like you're excited to get something. It's like, no, I'm happy because I already have it. I'm already living it. So yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm excited because I already know. I already like see myself coming back on your live, telling all the chisme about my success story. I mean, this is the success story at the end of the day. Right now is the success story.
Yes. 100%.
And then everything else will be added on to me. So yeah.
What a way to. I loved every word that you said. Absolutely beautiful. You put it in.
Thank you.
You put it in such a beautiful way that I couldn't have put it. So I hope that I'm sure that that helped click for a lot of people. I know that helped a lot of people, man. But I'm grateful to be on this journey with you. I'm very happy to see how how you have stepped into this remembrance, truly and seriously, how you have stepped into this remembrance.
Yeah, because before it's like, oh, I would say that I would or whatever. I would know the concepts, the information about it, but I just never accepted it.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, I don't know, but now it's like it's just different now.
Exactly. All those versions of you, right? They were just doing the best that they can. They got you here. That's just like you said already. So it doesn't matter the past. It's all about now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then if your mind does try to because the mind just will be the mind. It kind of was trying to like get me kind of nervous for like what's gonna happen. But when you're present, you don't have to be scared. You don't have to fear. You don't have to worry about, oh, what's gonna happen, like, because you really truly accept that this is the only moment that you are living. Like, the past don't exist, the future damn sure don't exist yet. You really only have right now.
Exactly. You only have right now. You only have what you accept as the truth right now. You only have this moment, and so much of our lives, right? When we are sleepwalking, so much of our life is just using this moment as a waiting room for something else, right? We're waiting for something in the future to validate us. We're trying to fix something in the past, and then we wonder why this moment feels so empty because we constantly are leaving it. We're constantly thinking, oh, there's better in the future. That's the validation is up there, right? But it's not. What
It's
did you
not. It's
exactly?
right now.
Exactly.
And I was telling my mom that um, just a couple nights ago, I was bawling my eyes out on my couch and just like literally the tears were gushing out because I was just so I was entertaining this identity and these stories. And then I kind of just talked to myself and I was like, God, I was like, I I just want the peace that I know I can have. And then literally in like a second later, I just it clicked. I was like, you already have it. You already have it. And it's like this not even a voice, but just this knowing that's telling you. It told me like you don't have to wait for circumstances to change. You feel it right now. Live it right now. You have it right now.
Absolutely
So
beautiful.
I don't know, like it's just I don't even know how to like somebody in the comments said how did you accept it? Um because I mean whether you accept it or not, be creating. So
Might as well.
you might as well exactly. You might as well accept it. That it's all coming from you.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? You just are God. It's just the truth. You can either choose to be a God that has what you want and accepts their power right here in this moment and enjoys this moment, or you can be the one that stresses. Right? Either way, your source, either way, what you accept is truth is gonna show up. So you can either accept that you don't understand and nothing's working out, or you can accept that you have it all right now.
Yeah. And
Make your
for
choice.
me learning all this information, because I started with like this was like in the summer of like 2023. I started with law of attraction, then I went into law of assumption. That was a fucking disaster. I mean, not even a disaster, because I mean, you know, it led me to here, but whatever. I was doing the techniques, the journaling, the sleep tapes, and I'm just like, ew, ew. Like you're doing too much. You don't have to do all that.
Exactly.
I even did freaking my ayahuasca ceremony. I went into it to get something, and like I needed that validation. I needed that confirmation. And of course, all I got was the truth that love is all there is.
Yeah.
Infinite, unconditional love. Um, so yeah, it's so funny, but I'm really excited for myself because I'm like, ooh, like I still love my SP, you know, that's my man, whatever. But now I'm like, okay, let's get creative. Like, what else can we create?
Yeah.
Like, I have this abundance of things that I can do, like, you know. So
I sure do.
yeah, I'm just excited for what I want to create.
Beautifully spoken. Absolutely beautifully spoken, Abby. I'm looking forward to seeing
Thank you.
everything. I'm looking forward to seeing everything, man.
Me too. And
Yeah.
y'all just listen to Alex. Listen, pay attention, study. Don't do it to get something. Do it to free yourself. If you're trying to get anything, the freedom is really what you're looking for. It's really not that person or the money. Is you want the freedom, the peace.
That's what I'm fucking talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about. Abby came up here and cooked a 5-star dinner for y'all asses, man.
5-star dinner.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Any last words for the group?
My last words. You accept it.
Mm-hmm.
Just accept it. Stop fighting yourself. You can have it. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
you can.
Absolutely. Appreciate you, Abby. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you. I'll be hopping in every now and then, but
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, keep
like I
it
said, I'm gonna come back and then give y'all the details.
for sure. Keep us updated, man. And have fun tonight. Be safe.
Did we freeze?
If we did, I said have fun tonight and be safe. And keep us updated. Did you hear me?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Oh. Bye, y'all.
That was fire. Oh, that was fire. That's fire. That's fire. That is fire. That is fire. All right, y'all. What else y'all want to talk about? Sometimes, it does help y'all to hear from a different voice. So I appreciate y'all coming up and giving clarity. Appreciate you, Katie. I do appreciate the different perspectives, right? Because I can only say it my way, right? I can only give my perspective. And as much as I try, it's just my perspective. So I love when y'all come up and give these different vantage points, because we all learn in different ways. We all hear things in different ways, right? So absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Damn, is Alexis on? Alexis, you might be on YouTube. Give me a thumbs up. Live it now, live it now, live it now. Y'all are funny. Oh, yeah, cause yeah, rebate. You were asking about the lottery, because you've asked about that a couple times. What did I tell you the last time about the lottery? What did I tell you the last time about the lottery? Because you keep asking it is the assumption that you have to do something to get it, instead of you accepting that you are already the person that has it. Right? I am the money. So if I've already told you that, right? If you are it, then how can you be asking how to do it? Are you it, or are you trying to figure out how to do it? Which one is it? So remember, even that is a decision, okay? So what you're actually doing is right now, crazy, right? So what you're doing right now is you're saying, okay, I have it, but then you're saying, okay, well, I got to figure out what to do to get it. Okay. All right, cool. I got you. I got you, my love. All right, hear me out. Right, hear your boy out. I know you've been on here a while. because I see your name a lot. All right. Hear me when I say this. You cannot live in the past and live in the present moment at the same time. You're going to either tell me the story of what you did before. I was doing this, I was trying this, I couldn't have it, it didn't work out, I'm trying to figure out. Or you are going to make your current identity from this point forward that no matter what, I am the one who has already won. Meaning, I'll continue to play. If I win tomorrow, if I win in a week, if I win in a year, if I lose all those times, nothing will deter me from the identity of the one that has it. That is how you get something. The more that I'm seeking how to become the person that has it, the more I am confessing that I'm not the one who has it. Do you hear me? The more that I'm trying to become the one who can get it, the more that I'm trying to ask all these questions. And so I think even last time, right, somebody else told you, they said, well, why not just accept that you have the money in any kind of way? Why are you narrowing the path of the divine into one avenue? Now, there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to do that, you can do that. I'm not saying that there's a problem with it. But what I'm saying is, what is more important to you, winning the lottery or just being prosperity? What is more important to you, the how you get it or having it? I would assume that it's the having it. There's infinite different paths where source can work through your life. Right? Exactly. So if there's infinite different paths, that's one of infinite. One of infinite ways is it can show up that way. But it can show up in infinite ways. Infinite ways. Ways with no work. Right? Just by you being. So what would happen if everything that you do, you looked at it as the stepping stone or the unfolding to get you to the truth that you are prosperous? What would happen if right now you made a choice that from this point forward, I'm just going to walk forward as the one who is prosperous? Why? Because I am source. You're going to go from the inside out. Because I am all that there is in source, of course I'm prosperity. And so now you're going to walk through life. That is your primary identity. No matter what you do, every single step, whatever it looks like, if it looks good, don't care. If it looks bad, don't care. Every single step unfolds to my prosperity. So tomorrow might be plus 100. The next day might be plus 1,000. The next day might be plus 20. The next day might be plus 10,000. The next day might be plus what? And then one day it's just cha-ching and it all unfolds, right? Why not you just allow prosperity to show up in a creative way because you are infinite? Now keep in mind, I'm not saying that you have to do that. You can, if you want the lottery ticket, you can do that. But if it causes resistance and it's going to keep you asking that same question, then it's going to feel off doing it like that, right? You just are money. How it shows up is irrelevant because you just are the prosperity. Exactly. You have it now. You don't have to expect an outcome. You have it now. So now you just allow life to flow and give you what's already yours. You enjoy this moment as someone who is prosperous. You bask in the prosperity. You relax in the prosperity. You sit in the prosperity. You meditate in the prosperity. You wash your armpits and your little booty cheeks, right? In the knowing that you're prosperity. You brush your teeth in the knowing that you're prosperity. Everything that you do it in the knowing that you're prosperity. You know that every single thing is a portal opening up to give you prosperity. What up, RX3? Always the cheeks. The overthinking is the issue. Gotta let it. It's not the issue. The overthinking isn't an issue because you don't know what overthinking is. You've never been in anybody else's mind. You don't know how much I think or anybody else thinks. You're just judging yourself. Thoughts are not the problem. They're just thoughts. The truth of who you are exists above the thoughts. It's there whether the thoughts are there or not. Whether you're overthinking, underthinking, middle thinking, doesn't matter. Right? Nobody knows nobody here can measure overthinking. Somebody define overthinking to me. Well, Alex, it's just, I don't know. I just overthink. You don't know what it means. You don't know what it means. You're just judging yourself, being difficult on yourself for no reason. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to that little mind, to that little brain of y'all's. Be kind to that little brain of y'all's before y'all start telling me you overthinking. Be kind to yourself. You're just thinking. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just part of being a human. Human beings think. That's what we do. We walk around and think. There's nothing wrong with that. But remember, your truth is above the thoughts. Your truth is there whether you're thinking or not. We just don't negotiate with them. What is I am prosperity to you? It's the truth. I am all things, right, sir? Within you is all things. Within you is everything. Right? All realities, existence itself, all love, the wholeness of God. So if everything exists within me, that's prosperity. If everything is with me, that's prosperity to me. So that's prosperity. It's just I am. It's just the truth. Now, because it shows up in my external reality, that doesn't make me less or more prosperity. I just am it. Those symbols and tokens show up so I can enjoy it. It's a little gift. It's fan mail from me to me, from God to God. God blessing God with the gift of itself. But none of those things outside of you define you. The love out there doesn't define you. Those things show up as symbols of myself. They show up for me to enjoy. The women show up for me to enjoy. We enjoy each other. But none of that defines me as love. I am love with or without them. I just am love. Okay? So prosperity is just the truth. It's just the truth. Health is just the truth. Abundance just the truth. Prosperity just the truth. Love is just the truth. They're just the truth. It's just your nature. Whether you feel it or not, it's not a feeling, it's just the truth. Yeah, they're just you. They're just you. But don't use that. Yeah, the question was for all my YouTube folks. So that means other people are just me. Yes, they are. But don't use that as an excuse to judge yourself based on everybody else. Everybody is you pushed out. Like Kara was saying this earlier. I think maybe it was earlier today or yesterday on the voice chat, right? Don't hear that everybody is you pushed out and then just go jumping to assumptions and blaming yourself for everybody around you, right? I'll bring you the straight jacket if you do that. I'll deliver you to the asylum myself by doing that, right? So it's what it's saying is you are awareness, right? You are all that there is. Everything exists within awareness. Because you get cut off in traffic, is that you? No. Because your alarm didn't go off in the morning, is that you? Well, some of you might blame it, but whatever the case may be, let's say that you had a plug-in clock and the power went out in the middle of the night. Is that you? No. So we'll say things like, oh, that means everybody is me, but you don't truly mean that. You're just using that as a way to judge yourself for certain things. It's just certain things that you do that for. Somebody messed up your order. You don't say, oh, is that me? Right? So you only do that with certain things anyway. What I'm saying is everything shows up within awareness. Everything. If God is everything, what do you expect to not see? You don't need to grab onto it and say, what does this mean about me? It doesn't mean anything about you. It just, the only thing that it means is what do you want to choose to do next? What do you want to choose to happen next? So let me give it, because I just thought of another example. There are two ways that I look at things, right? The first way is, let's say that something shows up in my life that's intimate to me, right? I'm going to look at it and I'm going to say, who am I being to get this? This is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say, who am I being to get this? Oh, if it's not clearly obvious to me, the next best question I can have, and the only reason why I ask that, question, who am I being to get that, is because I can immediately decide the opposite. But even if I can't figure that out, it doesn't matter. Do I want more of this? All right, cool. Well, what do I have to assume to get something different? That I'm not treated like this? That I'm treated like this instead? That I'm treated like this instead? That money shows up like this instead? That everything is paid like this instead? So everything just becomes information, not for me to judge myself, But for me to say, okay, cool. What do I want to do now? Who do I want to be now? That's it. That's all you have to do. What was a good question? It must have been an SP question. Whenever I see somebody say good question, I'm always like, oh, it must have been an SP question. Let's see. Of course, him not wanting a relationship with me is not wanting a real relationship with myself. Him not wanting a relationship with you, you see how you're trying to internalize it and make it about you? Him not wanting a relationship with you is you saying that he doesn't want a relationship with you. That's it. Or you could just say, well, what is that? What do I want? He does want a relationship with you. Why? Because you are love. And because you are love, of course he wants a relationship with you. Do I ever wonder what if my manifestation doesn't come? Of course. The logical mind thinks that sometimes, but it doesn't matter. Because the truth is that it's already here. How can it come if it's already here? It's already here. So of course it's gonna show up. Remember what I said, right? Stop making it the outside in approach. You guys keep going outside in. You keep going to the outside and saying, he doesn't want a relationship with me. She doesn't want a relationship with me. What does that mean about myself? See, you just made them the judge of your self-worth. Because they're doing that, what does it mean about me? Good luck. You're going to be digging in yourself all day trying to figure something out. And the whole time, all you're doing is saying, because something shows up that I don't want, it must mean there's something wrong with me. Guys, come on. Can you see what you're doing? You are love. It's inside out. You first, them second. I am love, so of course they love me. Well, they're not with me, Alex. Well, you're making it about them again. You are love, so they are with you. There's no separation. Yeah, you real late, Michelle. But I might be on for a little while tonight. It's all right to text your SP. Yeah, if you want to, you can text them. What would be wrong with that? What's wrong with texting somebody you want to text? Now, how many times have they left you unread? That's the real question. Sometimes y'all just ask me shit with no context. And I'm like, okay. Now, okay, how about this? Take a screenshot of your text thread and post it to your story. And tag me in it so I can look at it. And if you're ashamed to tag me in it and post it, then no, you shouldn't be fucking texting them anymore. Because you're probably texting them too goddamn much and being left unread. I love how y'all just like, hey, should I text them? I don't fucking know. Should you? Have you already been bothering their ass for the last 3 days? Then probably not. The assumption that you did something wrong is false. Sure it is. But them pressing charges on you and calling you a stalker and blocking you in this moment is not what I'm trying to lead any of y'all to. Okay? So you can tell me all you want, but I'm not doing anything wrong. It's my reality. No means no still right now, guys. Like, let's get this straight. Okay? No still fucking means no. All right? I got to put a restraining order on some of y'all for the DMs y'all be sending me. Oh my God, Alex, you're just so handsome. Thank you. So anyways, about my SP, I had this question. Motherfucker, I'm gonna block your ass. Don't try to tease me with a little compliment and just to ask your question. Oh my God, Alex. I just love the way you say things. Your voice is so soothing. Thank you. Thank you. I just feel like you care about me. You really want. Yeah, Alex, I really do care about you. So about my SP, god damn it. She got me again. They got me again. They got me again. Why do I keep falling for this? I just know I'm too kind. The curse of the SP. But no can become a yes because I said so. No is. Guys, yes, of course, of course, of course. Your truth is your truth, and your truth will unfold in reality. What I'm saying is that in this moment, reality just is what it is. So, so this is the example. Let me give y'all an example. Okay. I decide that I'm in a loving relationship. Okay, guys? Hear me out. Listen to me. To all of y'all that have been dropped on your heads, listen closely. Sit down. Take notes. I'm in a loving relationship. I say that, right? I declare that. That's my truth. So now I go up to this woman that I'm saying that I'm in a loving relationship with, and I say, "Hey, look, I just really want to talk." And they say, "Ew. Get out of my face. I don't want to talk to you." Okay, I'm going to give y'all three options. Option A, I continue to persist in the external reality by begging and pleading to her right here in this moment to talk to me. It's option A. Option A might lead to a little jail time, restraining order, no, but you persisted. You stood in your truth. Option B, I respect this person's boundary in this moment, and I understand that this moment has nothing to do with my worth, and I can still stand in my truth. Which one? I feel like it's an obvious path. Right? So we take the path B. We accept it. Oh, okay, cool. That is what it is, but I still am that I am. And now I allow things to unfold. Right? Manifestation is not an excuse to stalk. Manifestation is not an excuse to stalk. It's not an excuse to talk to yourself in somebody's DMs for 3 days. Hello, beautiful. Hello, gorgeous. Heart on the picture. Heart on the story. Oh my God, I love you. Please talk to me. Why don't you respond? I want to take you out. I'll be seeing some of y'all threads, by the way. You know what I used to do? I used to DM so many women that I would have to make sure that I go check their inbox before I sent them another. Because some shooters shoot, right? So sometimes you just put up shots, right? You don't become a great shooter by not putting up a lot of shots. Obviously, right? So you don't want to get to that point where you send a message and then you open up the thread and you're like, fuck, I already sent one. So always hit that message button first to see if there's a message there. If there's already a message there, then let it go. The only thing like that I noticed like with really, beautiful women too, especially beautiful women, is that their DMs are always active. So if you don't catch them at a good time where they can answer, your DM is gonna get buried. And I didn't really understand that. I understood it in theory, but I didn't understand it until I really started coaching. Now my DMs can get buried, right? If you send me a DM and I don't answer for a couple of days, that shit is long gone. The chances of me opening that shit are zero. I'm not finna scroll. If I gotta hit my thumb like this to get to your DM, I ain't finna open that shit. It's gone, right? So you can only imagine what a woman. Think about the last time you saw a beautiful woman post a picture on Instagram or TikTok, and you went into the comments and you see goddess, queen, fire emojis. Such a good woman. Oh, any man would be lucky to have you. They don't mind. Keep in mind, They don't even know this woman. She just posted a picture, turned around like this, with a thong stuck up her ass, right? They don't know her. Imagine if they're bold enough to do this in public, imagine what the DMs look like. Imagine. Right? So shooting at women in the DMs it's not just about you, right? It's about so many things have to lie. The stars have to be aligned. Right? This is a game of timing. And so I can use this to segue into the stock market, right? So trading is also a game of time. You can't just pick a trade at any time of day. A good DM to a beautiful woman is like a good trade. You know around the time it's gonna appear, the optimal time. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but you play the odds. It's a game of strategy. Man, I remember the first kind of popular on social media girl I dated. The first time I saw her DMs, I almost had a fucking heart attack. I was like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What are all these blue checks doing in here? What? I just watched him play on Sunday. What's going on? Hold up. This the same motherfucker that fucked up my parlay. You finna fuck up my parlay and fuck my woman? Yeah, bruh. Cold world out here. Gots to be colder, though. Gots to be colder. Yeah, you can get whoever you want, theoretically. But do you accept that truth? Do you accept this truth? Do you accept that truth? Accept it now. Accept it now. Let that be your truth right now, right? If you want it now, accept it now. If you want it now, accept it now. Why wait? What's going on here? That brother starving, ain't he? That brother's starving. Why you trying not to care for? If you care, that's fine. Just know it doesn't define who you are. You're fighting at the wrong point, right? This isn't a game of fighting how you feel and fighting that you care. It's a game of identity. It's about remembering who you are despite how you feel. There's nothing wrong with caring. There's nothing wrong with caring. Why is it so hard to accept? It's not. What is so difficult about accepting that right now you're all things, and that means that your prosperity or love or whatever the case may be, because all things exist within you. But you're not unseen. You're not unseen. You're always perfectly and divinely reflected. You're always perfectly and unconditionally loved and seen by the source that you are. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the fucking truth? Appreciate you, Michelle. All right, I might jump off of here. Y'all ain't asking no questions other than SP questions. We did hit another milestone in the Discord on the SP count tracker. How many times do y'all think that we have said the word SP? I'll give y'all a hint. The last time we checked was on the 22nd. On the 22nd, we were at 605 mentions. 605. On the 16th, we were at 415. So from the 16th, 415, the 22nd, 605. Today is the 30th. How many times was SP stated in the chat? How many times? We got one for 2,500. We got one for 800. Appreciate you. Be better today. Appreciate you. Who coined that word SP anyway? Who was the first motherfucker to say that shit? $450, we way beyond $450. See them as perfectly, see them as God. How do you manifest me? DM me, we can talk about it. We can make some arrangements. Yeah, the 3D addicts haven't been. Well, there's only two. No, some people have earned badges, but there's gonna be an influx of badge. There's gonna be a lot of badges given out over the next couple of days. There's gonna be a lot of badges given out the next couple of days. I'm gonna start making curriculum for certain badges too, because I do want it to be a helpful thing. I want it to be a helpful thing, to where you get this badge and all of a sudden now you got a path to removing that shit. Because I mean, it's and really the point. Okay, let me be very, very clear about the point of the badges. The point of the badges is accountability. It's so that the Discord does not become a soundboard of lack. The last thing that I want is for people to just be tired of even reading shit, because all they're hearing is people complain about their story. Right? So the goal is, even if you're asking things, to come at it from a conscious perspective. If you want to vent, you can go to a therapist. If you want to vent, you can go to your homegirls, right? Your homeboys, whatever the case may be. So, and here's the thing, the venting isn't the problem. It's when you don't come at it from a conscious perspective. Are you trying to understand, right? So, yeah, I don't think, if it bothers me and I feel that I'm I feel like my patience is impeccable. If sometimes I look at the stuff and I'm like, God damn, again, then I know that other people are doing it. I know that other people are doing it, right? So I want the space to stay clean to where even when you see a thread and you open it and you see somebody asking a question, you can you see the path towards resolution and you see the implementation of things, right? And I do love what you'll notice is the interesting thing is I give a lot of like the game for free, right? We do all these discussions for free. I bring y'all up. We used to do a lot of one-on-one coaching for the freebie for nothing, right? One of the things that I've noticed, and I hope y'all have noticed as well, is sometimes when you give away things for free, it's not appreciated. Meaning, a common theme in success stories, whether they've been successful, hear this. Listen to your boy when I say this. A common theme in success stories is when people come up here and they have success stories, or when I'm reading them, they'll be like, Alex, you specifically said this thing and I sat with this, or I implemented this, or you told me this, and they'll highlight something. I don't even remember the direct quote, but they'll remember the direct quote. Why? Because they were invested in helping themselves. And so the point of these, especially the reflective badges, right? The point of those is like just to kind of call you out. Hey, look, this is where your blind spot is. We've seen this shit over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? And y'all that receive the badge, y'all know. Like let's not play games here. You know that you're just coming in this motherfucking event, right? So the point of that is, okay, this is what you're doing. It's obvious that you're doing it. Now here's an actual path for you to remove the shit. Boom. That's the point of it, right? It's that this should be a place to grow, not a place to stay stagnant and complain about the same situation for 6 months. Because a lot of you'll say, okay, well, I don't want to be in a situation for 6 months or a year, but you're doing the same shit. So it's just a different way to call you out and say, hey, wake your ass up. You're doing the same shit. You're getting the same answers. You're not doing shit. So here you go. Here's a badge. So if you don't know what the badges are, we've got 7 badges in the Discord. And if you click on your name, you should be able to see the badges that you have. But let's see. We have 7 badges. We have 4 kind of quote unquote positive badges and 3 reflective badges. So you can have a badge called the Witness of Truth, a Witness of Truth badge. It's basically people that call other people out of ego games. This is people that can see the truth in other person's statements, right? So even helping people is going to give you badges, right? The next one, you have a challenger badge, people that call people out in a loving way, right? Questions assumptions, destabilizes echo chambers, typically ask the questions that other people don't want to ask, right? Then we have the SP Whisperer badge. The SP Whisperer badge, right? Refuses to feed obsession. Refuses to feed fantasy or projection in relationship discussions. Brings people back to self-respect, sovereignty, and reality without cruelty. Earned when, matter of fact, I should just read the descriptions for all of y'all. And if you go to the Discord under rules, you can clearly see it. Right? So the Witness of Truth description cuts through spiritual performance, self-deception, and victim narratives with clarity and compassion. Not here to soothe egos, here to free them. Earned win calls out subtle ego games without attacking the person. So the core kind of mantra for the badge of the Witness of Truth is, I won't let you hide from yourself, even politely. Beautiful. Number 2, challenger. Questions assumptions, destabilizes echo chambers, sharpens truth through clean confrontation. Earned when challenges teachings or interpretations respectfully. So the core mantra, truth survives examination, because it does. Truth survives examination. You have the SP Whisperer badge, refuses to feed obsession, fantasy, or projection in relationship discussions, brings people back to self-respect, sovereignty, and reality without cruelty. Earned when interrupts SP spirals without validating lack. The core mantra, love does not require self-erasure. And then the last kind of positive one is the scribe badge. Holds and preserves what matters, right? So people that tend to kind of come into the Discord and they might summarize a long conversation, whether it's in the voice chat or whether it's in a live stream or whether it's something that they read, right? They'll summarize that conversation, right? So this role exists because wisdom that ain't preserved simply dissolves back into noise, right? So it's to show appreciation for people that will come off of the live and they'll be like, hey, look, this is what I got from it. You know, am I right? Or this is the point of that, or what I understood from this was that, right? People that are the scribes, right? They keep the notes so we have clean references for what goes on within the Discord. Now, we also have reflective badges. Okay? The first reflective badge, a circumstance crier, frequently centers conversations around what's happening to them instead of who they're choosing to be. So you can already see exactly where it is. Speaks fluently, this person speaks fluently in reasons and logic. They're not in the domain of the gods, right? So constantly uses, but look what happened as their authority. All right. Then we have the lack warrior badge. Fights reality as if it's hostile. Treats effort, suffering, and endurance as proof of worth. But I've been doing it for this long, but yada yada, right? A lack warrior. Mistakes struggle for strength. Earned when they frame life as something to battle or survive. All right. This is the lack warrior. Then we have the 3D addict badge. Compulsively checks, monitors, and interprets and reacts appearances. Believes reality must report progress before identity can settle. You earn this badge when you constantly reference external confirmation. You treat signs, you treat other people's behavior, you treat timing, you treat movement obsessively. You measure your self-worth through outcomes. Okay, so those are the badges that you can earn. A lot of them haven't been given out yet. I posted these already. I've been talking about them in a live. A lot of them are going to be handed out this weekend. But there's also going to be some curriculum that's going to guide you. If you get a badge, you do this shit, you can get rid of the fucking badge. But it's really just to call you out so you can see through your own shit. If I would assign you a badge right now, theoretically, what would it be? You can take it. Well, Katie. Well, Katie. I just playing. I love you. All right. But there are gonna be some badges handed out. Cool. That's cool. If you leave, right? I mean, if you leave, that's cool. The point that I'm trying to make is I'm not here to coddle any of y'all. I'm really not here to coddle any of y'all. You're here to get what you want, right? Now, I'm not even gonna tell y'all. You're just gonna wake up one day and check your profile and it's gonna be on your profile. We're not announcing the good or the negative badges. Not announcing them. Right. But if you want to know what it means, you can go look. You got reference. Nope, it's not a bot. It's me. If you get a badge, it's from me. Me. I literally clicked the role, found your name, typed it in, hit enter. It's from me. It's not a bot. Is from me. This is accountability, right? This Discord should not turn into a lack chamber. But even if you go down that path, that's fine, right? Because guess what? No, everybody's not gonna get badges. Hell no. A lot of y'all don't even say nothing. Y'all just in there looking. You don't get a badge. I might give some of y'all a fucking peeping Tom badge. How about that? Anybody who has said less than two things, you get a peeping Tom badge. Shit. A fucking creep badge. That's what you get. But yeah, we're gonna issue them out. So yeah, you're gonna have some curriculum to do, but it should be helpful. We just not trying to stay in that constant cycle of lack, that constant cycle of poor me. Hey y'all, this is what happened today. The circumstance did this. We want to be on the conscious path, right? Conscious path. Cool. So it's a Scorpio. Oh well, you're gonna have to transcend the zodiac sign. Yep, I'm going to call a lot of people out. I see how some of y'all I assigned a badge to, and all of a sudden you stop talking. That's cool. That's fine. That's not gonna get rid of the badge. And they're color coded. And they're fucking color coded. You're gonna get rid of the badge when you are deemed that you've been doing something, or when you say something that proves you can get rid of the badge, you're gonna get rid of that shit. But if you type and your name show up as bright yellow, if your yeah. That's your favorite color? Yo, that's crazy. Yeah, we gonna make the peeping time badge fucking bush brown, bushel brown. Yeah, there's a pink badge. You can get the pink, but if you do join the Discord, you can go to the choose your own role and you can choose your own badge. You can choose your own badge. Enjoy that pink badge, sir. Enjoy it for the next couple hours. I got you, don't worry. Enjoy your pink badge. Because I've been doing so well. No, you really have been doing so well. I've been quite impressed with you, sir. If I was gonna give you a badge a couple of days ago, but then you had like 2 or 3 like fire days, and I was like, you know what? Fuck that. Is Sarah getting this? Is Sarah stepping in her truth? So yeah, I've been proud of you. Your effort has not gone unnoticed. It has not gone unnoticed at all. But let's see. So right now in the Discord we have, let me see how many people we have. We have 291 members. But for roles, we don't have too many people with roles. The most in any role is there's 11 people in the Witness of Truth role. 7 in the Challenger role. There's only 3 in the Scribe role, but that one's gonna grow. That one's definitely gonna grow. The SP Whisperer, there's 7. The MVP of the SP Whisperers is Chrissy. It's definitely Chrissy ass. I don't know if she's still on here. Chrissy is the SP Whisperer MVP. The Steph Curry. Shooting from fucking half court. And then, yeah, we have the other ones. Hold up. How the fuck did you get a 3D app? Who added this? Oh man. funny. Somebody else might have added that. I didn't add this person to this role, so. That's so funny. You'll have to do a role audit. Because his favorite color yellow. Hold up, can you act? Oh fuck, that'll be a night. I don't think y'all can. Never mind. All right, y'all. What else y'all want to talk about? I only got like 20%, maybe 10% battery left. Automate the roles. I don't want to automate the roles. I for sure don't want to. My day was cool. Don't try to ask me how my day was so I don't give you a badge. Trying to be nice to me so I don't give you a badge. How was your day? You ain't asked me how my day was this whole time. Now all of a sudden you want to ask how my day is. It's cool, Sarah. Thank you, Star. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah. See, I know a motherfucker know how to lie. I know a motherfucker come on here just lying. Oh my God, Alex, you're just so handsome. Please don't fucking give me a badge. Can I have a badge? Nope. You can't bribe me into giving y'all a badge. Oh my God, Alex, I love your voice. Be my SP. Nah, you still gonna get that fucking Lack Warrior badge. Don't worry. I'm still finna slap that Lack Warrior badge on your ass. Right. I'll put some of y'all through it if I was y'all's SPs. Nah, you're not a Lack Warrior. A circumstance crier, perhaps. A 3D addict. But no, not a Lack Warrior. If everything's an illusion, what's real? What it means when it says everything is an illusion, it just means nothing is truly kind of as it seems, right? So there's always a deeper truth, which is that you are everything. So whatever you see has nothing to do with you. It's just a circumstance or a situation or a frame of reality that shows up in this moment, but it can't define you. It can't define you. A source role, so everybody's got a role. Dang, what if we're trying to give out consolation prizes and shit? Fuck that. No consolation prizes. No participation trophies. Some of y'all need to act like Source. Then we can give you a badge. Not everybody's a fucking winner over here. Yeah, you're all Source, but in my Discord, it's my domain expansion. The Discord is my fucking domain expansion. We could do a Source badge like a so Art, can you do a badge that can you automate something that like makes people do a question, answer a question, and then get badged? Or does it just go through and give everybody a badge? Because if it allows people to ask a question, I'd be cool with that. Hell yeah. Fucking Gryffindor. Emma will go straight to Hufflepuff. I'll be in Slytherin. So I'm slithering in and out your girl's DMs. You can automate a lot. Shit, might have to look into that. Might have to look into that. Slither hours. Nah. Yeah, we slithering. Slithering to the bottom of them DMs. Trying to recruit more day traders to the army. Put y'all in a sorting hat. I can't wait to start handing out peeping Tom badges. I think it was Carol the other day was like, there's a badge that somebody gives on there that said if you don't speak, it's called a lurker, a lurker badge. So we gonna have to figure out if we gonna give lurker badges or peeping Tom badges, one of the two. With the eyes. Like Art said, we gonna make that shit doo-doo brown. A doo-doo brown lurker badge. Facts. That's a matter of fact, we gonna call you a lurking NPC. Peeping Tom NPC badge. Oh yeah, but by the way, for the SP, we have mentioned the word SP 879 times. I think that calls for a movie night.